I cannot be the only person who, if I walk past the same advertisement every single day, I will start throwing mental middle fingers at it, no matter what it is. But when the advert in question is of someone looking self-satisfied and saying, "Guess what? You will succeed in life if you are more like me. Pay me £12 and be a better person, because I am better than you." Well, you've kind of given irrational dickheads like myself a reason for the mental middle finger there. But still, the one splayed out next to the train that I get off on my commute to work every day says that it can help you be successful, and hell, I want to be successful in some capacity someday, so hey, maybe there's some insight to be gained here. So let's take a look at The Naked CEO by Alex Malley, a hot and steamy piece of pornography for his own ego. I feel I should note that the Amazon preview starts with approximately 6 pages of positive reviews that are assumedly in the print edition, and it's noted that pages have been omitted from this preview. Okay, contrary to popular belief among self-help writers, don't do this. It makes you look totally underconfident in your product, because look at it. Look at all the nice things that people have said about me. I made them into a collage of happiness with Pritt stick and glitter and stickers. This is not so much maintenance of the writer's ego as much as it is building a steel fortress around it. This book shares the career and leadership principles that I worked out the hard way on my journey from suspended schoolboy to CEO. Let's start from my humble beginnings. In my final year of school, I was suspended. Here is how it happened. And he goes on to dedicate 5 pages to an utterly pointless story about how he went to an all-boys school. His best friend got a girlfriend and he was jealous and wanted proof that she existed, and so he went out of grounds on a school day and got suspended. Wow, I totally believe that you didn't pay much attention in school, because clearly you didn't learn there that anecdotal examples are not really of much help to anyone. Okay, this is a self-help book. What am I supposed to do with this story? Am I supposed to go back in time and be disruptive at school myself? And this will help me in my career somehow? Okay, yes, I know it's supposed to be a I failed at first, but then I went on to be successful somehow. Wow, isn't that astounding? But still, 5 pages to illustrate something that I just said in a sentence. While this situation was awful at the time, many years on, I recount that moment in my life with a level of appreciation. No indication of what level, though. Could you include like a graph or something to illustrate what level, like this one? I really shouldn't be having to do the legwork for writers, God. My decision that day, albeit misguided and ultimately a mistake, taught me multiple lessons. We all make mistakes, and it's what we learn from them that matters most. And now, here is what everyone over the age of 12 would say to that. So, the conclusion that we can draw from this story is, if you want to write an autobiography, don't sell it as a how-to book. Anyway, he said multiple lessons. Learn from your mistakes is one. What's the next one? Some goals take time to be achieved. Always remember that you will ultimately reach them if they mean enough to you. Alternative titles for this book include No Shit Sherlock, the novel. Staying true to who you are is no easy feat. Working out who you are is even harder. You've got to search for the hero inside yourself. Generic buzzwords, a saga in pointlessness. There, that's another. Many people feel it necessary to become someone else. I think that is incredibly sad. Much of the essence of who you are, in my view, comes from your earliest years. You should never let the good things go. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Cows Go Moo and Dogs Go Woof, a how-to guide by Alex Malley. Special thanks to Jonathan Abbott for helping me bring this book to life. Assumedly, they brought it to life with jump leads, and the book became Frankenstein's business advice guide, and feasted on the brains of the uninspired.
You will achieve full actualization in the workplace by giving me your brains.
Sorry, just making up more interesting things that you could be reading instead. which would be just as helpful in your career as reading about Alex Malley's boring work life. This book is an extension of the Naked CEO website, aka lots of articles written over a long period of time, cut and pasted into a Word document that I'm now allowed to charge you 12 quid for. To date, over 2 million people have visited. Under the impression it was porn and then clicked X in abject disappointment. So, part 1, Being Yourself, which contains random subheadings full of buzzwords and words that mean the same thing, and paragraphs which are basically his introduction again, reiterated in longer form. The ability to stay true to oneself is the most underrated and overlooked mindset for people at the start of their career. Too many people fall into the trap of projecting a distorted image of themselves because they feel doing so is necessary to meet someone else's expectations. And you're saying that's always a bad thing? At the start of your career, you do know that you have to tailor yourself to meet someone's expectations, right? The interviewer. You should know that what your manager and colleagues are really looking for is quite simple. That you will be good to work with, possess a willingness to take instruction, and have an eagerness to learn. Okay, but what if I don't possess an eagerness to learn and willingness to take instructions and want to just sit about all day eating donuts and doing nothing? And you're telling me that I'm not allowed to try and change that aspect of my personality because I wouldn't be true to myself? Alex, have you not noticed how you're kind of telling me two contradictory things here? Let yourself shine. It is a part of what life is all about, and what those around you will come to respect and enjoy. Again, what if I'm a lazy shite who needs a kick up the arse? Being yourself isn't inherently a good thing, Alex. How to be yourself. Authentic people are always respected, but not always liked. Okay, question, Alex. What makes an authentic person authentic? Like, do business people have invisible watermarks tattooed on their forehead that you can hold up to a light and it says, "Authentic person"? What are you talking about? I am me. Who else am I going to be? To be yourself, know yourself. The more you experience life, the more you learn about yourself. I am experiencing life right now by sitting in a room yelling at a camera. And that has taught me that I'm wasting my fucking time. How is any of this helpful? Why not write down what you consider to be your 3 best personal attributes, along with the 3 things that you need to be better at? Okay, practical thing we can try. Okay, let's do this thing. Okay, my 3 best qualities. Well, I'm good at being a sarcastic prick because I find annoying people fun. I'm very self-governing. I like to do what I want all of the time and make my own rules. I'm very consistent. I like to keep doing the same things over and over again because learning new things is too much effort. Okay, so that's the self that I need to be true to. Right, things I need to be better at. Being eager to learn, listening to instructions, and to stop annoying people for the fun of it. Again, all of that would require not being true to myself. So, what are Alex Malley's other grand proclamations? Do unto others. Do your best to remain positive with all people, and be kind wherever you can. Also, guys, I had this great new idea that we should try. Okay, you probably never heard this one before. Okay, perhaps we shouldn't kill people, blaspheme, or covet thy neighbour's ox. You know, just throwing it out there. Just let it go. In the ebbs and flows of life, avoid being too self-critical about your performance. It is always important to step away, let go of negative emotions, forgive yourself. You can learn much from the past, but the most important lesson is not to keep living there. Okay, so basically his advice here is, if you have thoughts of the past that you're embarrassed about quite a lot, here's my expert advice here, you're going to be blown away. Don't. Wow, that's expert advice, because you know, I thought that I should let embarrassing memories of the past consume me. Wow, I'll stop doing it now because you've told me not to. The fuck? Stop worrying about whether people like you. No matter how hard you try, not everyone is going to like you. What if I run a brainwashing business, Alex? Then I can force people to like me. You may say that not everyone will, but I'll find a way, Alex. I'm determined. Anyway, occasionally it has a quotable quote from Alex. If he wants us to memorise these to use in regular conversation, they should be shorter and snappier. Who's going to stop a conversation so they can spout 2 paragraphs? Young professionals, professional in what capacity, often get so entrenched in changing their personality or behaviour to meet the perceived expectations of a boss or colleague, and they lose what makes them special, themselves. There is one truth. Being authentic is the master key to a positive life and career. What you gotta be, right, is real. Not fake, real. Define real, Alex. What is a real person? What is a fake person? Define real. What is reality? Invest your energies into the things that matter. What matters? Define a thing that matters. Sitting about all day eating donuts and doing nothing matters to me, but it's not going to get me a job on 70k. Ask yourself, are you creative, emotional, logical? Think about which areas are your strengths and weaknesses and discuss them with a trusted colleague. But only a trusted colleague, not a distrusted colleague, because we know what's going to happen to them one of these days. That's why I keep all their names on my hate list. Anyway, Chapter 2 is about how to achieve your dreams. Reality check. There might actually be a time when you reach a dream, only to realise it's actually not something you want. Because life is a bastard like that. A dream may cause others to doubt your ability, commitment and resolve. So if you pull out of a dream, do so only when you know you've given it your best shot. Like that dream I had the other night where I was in charge of a circus full of dancing custard monsters, and I said to myself, Stuart, this is a stupid dream. Stop having it, and I woke up. Helpful, I guess? Not sure what your dreams are yet? Well, to that I say, you're not trying hard enough. And fall asleep, you lazy shit. Make sure your goals are achievable. Working towards a goal that is unlikely to be reached is a waste of energy. Be realistic. Don't forget, don't be afraid to dream big. And that is the second chapter in a row where Alex Malley has totally contradicted himself within the space of a few paragraphs. Then again, I don't blame him. I doubt even he can interpret the metric shit ton of buzzwords that he talks in. Okay, let's try and define Alex Malley's core belief system based on everything that he's said in this preview so far. You will always succeed purely by being yourself. You know, don't even cover up any bad habits or try and change said bad habits. That's why you should wipe your bogies on your boss's hair. If you think bad thoughts, just stop. Have ambitions, even though the ambitions will probably be pointless and you are wasting your fucking time with them. There is no strict guideline on how to succeed in business, and what experiences you have and whatever you discover about yourself will always be more helpful than what I have to say. Okay, we're setting a new rule. If you claim to be a guidebook and your basic advice can be summed up in the sentence, "Oh, you figure it out," you're not allowed to charge 12 quid for it. Okay?